I remember walking from the hotel to this campus. Yes, Google Maps made it seem a lot closer than it actually was. My mom, my grandma, and I were ready for what we thought was going to be a really fun walk. However, it ended up being long, hot, and exhausting. But once we stepped foot on this campus, we forgot the struggle we endured for the last 3 miles. We were finally here. I was in awe of the beauty and uniqueness of this campus. But most of all, I was in awe that I, a little Mexican girl that was fasting in prayer a few months before for a miracle in her life, was now living that miracle. Each and every one of you have had your own journey here. And I know it hasn't been easy, but we're here. And I know we didn't have the ending we thought we would, like we never expected to be wearing face masks for commencement. But today it's a miracle, and it's a miracle that we're here. But now that we're finally here, President and Mrs. Wilson, thank you for investing your time and resources into creating a whole generation of whole leaders for the whole world. Thank you.
It's really hot. Everybody's sweating.
Board of Trustees, thank you for fighting the battle with us and for always seeking our best interest. Alumni Association, we don't tell you this often, but you do so much that we know for us. So today I personally want to say thank you so much. Parents, we don't tell you this often, but thank you so much for praying with us, for encouraging us, and for believing with us that our God is the God of the impossible. Professors, thank you for being our friends, our counselors, our mentors, and sometimes our friends away from home. And our parents, and thank you so much for navigating the troublesome world of Zoom and technology with us. Staff members, thank you for being so patient with us. And thank you for all of those emails that you sent us reminding us to do things that we ended up doing last minute, just like you advised us not to. Friends, we're far from that exciting and tiring day that was move-in day. Today, we're receiving more than just a piece of paper or the cover of it. We're receiving the fruit of many tears, prayers, fasts, all-nighters, field tests, and a few trips to student accounts. But before we go, I want you to take a moment and remember the days you asked for this moment. I want you to remember what it was like for you, that journey between move-in day and commencement. I've learned many things along the way, but perhaps the most important lesson that I learned here is that it's not so much about the process. It's about the in-between, not the product. In the in-between steps, we were a part of so many great changes here at ORU. We saw the completion of the Global Learning Center, a new track, and the new NICO dorm. Here, for our last semester of college, COVID-19 brought an abrupt end to it. And with it, many tears came with it. And I know that the grief of so many things that we lost, that's what we felt. We had to give up our plans and to surrender to God. And this brought uncertainty to our lives. And we never got to go to our last athletic event, to our last saga meal with our friends, to our last banquet, or to our last dance concert. But you are getting something that no other class received. You became strong, resilient, and adaptable. During this time, God was transforming and molding us into the leaders that this hurting world needs in this time. I see ourselves and I think of Moses. I think of when God asked him to take off his sandals because he was standing on holy ground. And I see how he has asked us to do the same. He asked us to get rid of our plans and to surrender to his perfect plan, a plan to bring freedom wherever we go. Moses lived a life of miracles because he chose to surrender to God. He chose to give out his own path, and he lived in a generation of miracles just like we are. Oral Roberts will always say, expect a miracle. And we are a part of that generation, a generation that expects miracles. But let me challenge you today to live a life that expects miracles, not a life where you wish you see a miracle, but a life where you expect miracles. Will you expect God will heal the economy through you as you go into the business world? Will you expect to be the engineers and scientists that will build bridges to bring God's light where it's dim? Will you expect to be the teachers that go into a classroom and bring God's voice where it's hard to hear? Will you expect to be the ministers that will help us to hear God's voice when it's hard to hear? Will you expect to be the actors, musicians, and dancers that will tell stories that will bring healing to this world?
I hate that I can see myself in that.
Will you continue on with Oral Roberts' vision?
Picture of the computer
Will
screen down
you
there, too.
expect a miracle
Take a picture in front of
wherever
Addie
you go?
with Dad.
I'm taping this right
I know.
Here in this place, you were raised up to hear
Yeah, take
God's
it.
voice.
Dad.
To go where his light is dim, where his voice is heard small, and his healing power is not known, even to the uttermost bounds of the earth. Here we are,
Oh, wait, she's not
later
there.
than we
Wait a second.
expected. Excited, nervous, and expectant, like we were on move-in day. But there's one difference, or two. I'm not walking back to my hotel.
Still recording.
But we're also saying goodbye to the place that saw us grow, fall, and stand up again. The place that saw us make friendships that will last a lifetime. And for some of you, this was the place that saw you encounter Jesus for the very first time. Whatever your journey has been, I want to say you are a part of a generation of miracles. You are a miracle. You're not sitting here because of an accident. It's not a coincidence that you're sitting here in these chairs today. It's a miracle. It's because God did it. God did it, friends. We went through a lot together, including a...
Oh, we're losing our Wi-Fi.
Oh no. This might be everywhere though.
It could be my laptop is not very good. It's frozen. I could see the